Hi everybody, this is Dale. Welcome to my channel, Not Too Shabby Chic. I got my nails done. Doesn't it look pretty much better than my other nails? These are my nails. They've actually grown, but I got that dip powder stuff and it makes my nails stronger, so hopefully they won't break anymore. But anyway, that's not what we're here about. I wanted to show you how to make your own vintage looking cabinet cards. These are from some of the printables that I have in my Etsy shop. This is a back. Here's some of the children I printed out. Adorable. See if I can get it. Isn't she cute? Now I printed on a matte cardstock. It's not the best quality paper. That makes a difference on how your images turn out. I love this little boy. Is he not cute? Cute as a button. And then I've got this little girl. Love her. Adore her with the cheetah coat. Little girl or child in a wicker chair. This is a little toddler. Cute, cute, cute. I think I had a chair like that. Love this girl. And then these are some backs as well. And I wanted some plain ones. So, and this is a piece of chipboard. So, and then these are some coffee dyed various papers. So, for your journals, if you want it to be more flat, you can certainly use the card as is. Just use one side and ink it, and you can journal on the back. But if you want it to be more like a cabinet card, got one prepped kind of quickly. This young lady, let me see which of the, and I have the hardest time cutting straight. I don't know if any of you do. I have cutters, and I have ordered cutters, guillotines, and everything you can imagine, and I still cannot seem to cut a straight line. So I don't know why that is, but that is the way it is. Maybe this wasn't the one. Yeah, it was. Okay. She's going to fit on the chipboard on this side, and I need to find a backing. I could use that one. But it's a different photographer. This says Bell, so for me, I don't want to use J.A. Vassbinder on J.A. Bell's picture. So I won't use that. I wanted to use a plain one, I think. So I'm going to take the autofocus off so it will quit jumping around. And I know I had, maybe it was this one. Pretty close, because you're just going to have to trim it if you're like me and can't cut straight. So first thing is you get your front and your back, and you don't have to have, this is just a plain green that was from the vintage stuff. Actually, I don't even have to use that. I can just use a pretty piece of paper, or if I want someone to be able to journal on the back, I can use coffee dyed paper, like so. See what else I have that might fit. I mean, it's up to you, but I was going to show you, how to make it look like a real cabinet card. But you will get the idea by the time I'm done. So none of those fit. Or I can trim it to fit, either way. I think This is a piece of really thick cardstock, but since I'm using a thick chipboard, I really don't need that. So I'm going to go with what I started out with. Or the one, excuse me, the one that fits would be nice. That's close enough. So first, I got a piece of chipboard. I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch, if that. You can, I don't know where I got this, but you could use a cereal box. This is probably just a hair heavier than a cereal box. But I'm going to, not done this before. We're live on camera at the moment. This is Scotch Create glue stick, and I am going to glue this down really good with this. And make sure I've got it all covered. And then I want to glue, and because you know we like to make things our own and do crazy things with stuff, you can also sew these just like you would any other journal card and do it however you would like. But right now I'm gluing. So I want to glue that down, and I want to get my burnish it good, make sure it's gonna stay. So this was the back of one of my vintage 1890s cabinet cards that's for sale in my Etsy store, the real thing or a digital. This was printed, obviously, from one of my digitals. So that's on really well. The real cabinet cards were thick, kind of like this. I'll show you one, a real one, in a moment. And then we're going to put Lucy here. I don't know what her real name is. I'm just calling her Lucy. I'm going to put Lucy here on the front, and then I can always trim it to the extent I need to. So we are gluing Lucy. Okay, then I want to get this really good and gluey, because this is chipboard that to me looks like it might soak up some glue pretty quickly. Let's get it off the side, put it on the front. Where's my baby wipes? Not close when I need it. So we're going to make sure this doesn't have a front or back, so it doesn't matter. I mean up or down. But if you have one that has an up or down, make sure you get it right. So we're going to put Lucy Lou right here. We're going to burnish her. And her little cheetah coat, isn't she just adorable? I love her. She's one of my favorites, and I've actually got her for sale. I might have to change my mind if nobody buys her soon. But I can print my own, and she stays alive and well. I want to wipe glue off of, this is a silicone mat that I've reused and used and reused quite a bit. It's great for crafting and staining, because I make a mess. Can I just tell you that? I definitely am one of the messiest crafters. I know there's somebody, and I don't remember who she is. Her channel name is The Messy Crafter, and that would be me. But I am not too shabby chic. So we've got them glued down, okay? And before I start aging it the way I want to, I am going to trim some excess off. And hopefully I can do it without a problem. Because, you know, I've already told you I don't cut straight lines very well. So what I'm going to attempt to do is use my ruler. It's got cork on the back. I got this at a yard sale. To line up here so that I don't make a mess, get out of lines, and I am just going to do that. Let's see if it worked. Never done this. Oh, I cut that. Oh no. Don't cut your mat. I've already done it now, so it's just lovely, isn't it? And obviously my blade's not very tight. My blade's not very sharp, Dale. Sharp. It's nothing to do with tight. Well, I've got that little edge that doesn't want to come off. Okay. Since I've already cut that, I'm just brilliant, aren't I? Just amaze myself how smart I am. I am being facetious because this was not the brightest thing I've ever done. I should have put it over here where you can't see me on the glass mat. Then I could cut without cutting my silicone mat. Okay, that is close enough. Now, even the cabinet cards were not perfectly straight and even, I found, as I was dealing with them. So the fact that these are crooked or anything like that, you'll see. And if you buy the digital, some of them don't look very straight, and that is because they're not. And neither were the originals. So, see? Let's turn that. I know that was exciting. Okay. So we have our girl and my cut up mat, shredded, I should say. We'll just put it up here. And we have her ready to go. She looks like a real card. That's about how they really looked, with a few exceptions. A lot of them had the gold gilding on the edges, which we are going to do. And some looked older than others. So I'm going to show you. Of course, the few I picked up are not going to work. Okay, so here's a faded card, but see the gold? I don't know if you can see it on camera a little bit when I tilt it. And that one's got a solid back, but a little of the gold is still on a lot of the cards that I have. Some, they say that all of them had gold gilding, but some of them have worn off. Now these, mine is thicker, so you could definitely use a cereal box or something like that to make it thinner. And I want, that doesn't look good, so I'm going to trim that just a hair off camera. using my guillotine that doesn't cut straight. Okay. Okay. I think that's good enough. Sorry, I'm off camera. Hi, I'm back. I needed to straighten that up, and I still didn't do a very good job. But anyway, I am going to use ground espresso, distress oxide, to distress the edges. The real ones, if you got a light one, may or may not look like that. I have my, here it is. But even if it didn't, this is how I'm doing it. So I'm just inking these edges a bit. And if you don't want it thick, you can also just do back to back. You know, just do some thick cardstock and make you a front and a back and glue them together. And then you won't have it so thick. But this could almost be like a little writing board for a small journal. So I might save it for that, as I've got a couple of small journals I'm doing, I think. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and keep content coming for you guys, and this is one of the few process type videos that I've done. And see, I like that much better, the edging. Then on the back you do the same thing. Now because this is so thick, I'm not going to sew around it with my sewing machine because it's a little too thick for that. And I can just see my needle breaking. And I have broken too many needles, and I'm not sure I have how many I have left. But this is fun, something simple, but yet looks authentic, I think. So there it is, and then we can kind of go over the whole thing if we want. For good measure. So there's the back. This looks nice and dirty. And I want to use Vintage Photo to kind of go over Lucy. Again, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pretending like I do. I'm not even pretending at this point. I'm just trying it out, seeing how it will look. And then I kind of smooth over the whole thing. So I think that's cute. Now, some of the cabinet cards are real, like almost like brand new looking. Seriously, they're from the 1890s. And some, like her, were not as new looking. You can put Mod Podge or clear gesso over this if you want to put a finish on her, or you can do the glossy so that it looks glossy like this cabinet card. Not all the cabinet cards were glossy, some were, but you could certainly do that. But for now I'm not, so I'm taking my metallic gilding polish, which is called Gold Treasure, and this is by Creative Expressions. I think I got this, Cosmic Shimmer is the name, and I believe I ordered it on Amazon. At first I ordered it on joggles.com and then ran out and had to have more, so I went to Amazon and found it. Cosmic Shimmer Gold Treasure, and it's a dark a brass gold, which I really like better than the others. And you get this on you, it doesn't hardly come off, but we're gonna go for it. You know, my finger, and we're gonna do our edges. Probably I'm going to bring it on around just a touch. And I'm sorry if you can hear the TV in the background. Now the real ones don't have the gold coming around the edges too much. Some of them did. And as you can see, once that dries, it does not want to come off. So I'm trying to think what else I could put it on with. Let me see what I've got in my bag of tricks. I mean, it comes with this, but mine has gotten hard. We'll try it and see. It's not a very good, it's a little spongy thing, but it's not the best applicator in the world. And we'll just go down the side here. Wipe some of that off, because it really does not take much. And I like it to not be perfect, and I want it to come around the edges. So we're gonna do this and go up the side here. Like so. Sorry, I get kind of quiet when I am crafting. So there is one finished. Cute, and it was quick. So you have your own cabinet card, and again, you can put your gilding paste on or polish or not. You don't even have to do it if you don't want to. So there's a thicker one, and I am very happy with that. She looks very pretty. I may try a finish over her, but not in this video. So now we've got her done. Sit you right over there, Lucy Lou. Now we've got these, and this one I've already cut out. Fussy cut, and that's the way the original looks with all the little scalloped edges. You could also use your fancy scissors that have the different edges to cut that. Be just as easy or just as good. Excuse me. So for her, I want to keep this one thinner, let's say. I don't want to have it real thick like the other card. So I actually won't mind if the back side is not deckled, I'm going to say, scalloped or whatever, but the front is. Let's see. Which one do I want to use? Too little. Thought I might have one the exact size, almost. Aha! Well, not quite. I think we're going to go with that. I like that. Don't you? And before I start, I'm going to put the gilding paste on her before I glue it down. Because I think I'm going to leave that straight. See, I start sentences and I don't finish. I'm sorry. I'm not used to doing process videos too much, because I'm not very organized, like I said, and I kind of craft on the fly. And it'll take me a time or two to get used to it. So I appreciate your patience. And that one came over, but it's okay. So I'm going to try to kind of center that right there. And I think I'm going to even sew this one. So let's glue Daisy May. I'll call her Daisy May. We're going to glue Daisy down. And I'm not going to worry about the edges as much because I'm going to sew around the edges on this one. But I do want to get her somewhat centered. That looks pretty close to me. What do y'all think? Too late. I can't hear you. Burnishing her down. And as I had said, I'm not worried about the edges, but I do want the body to go down. And this photographer was E.D. Jeans. That's how I would pronounce it, I think. Now it's not as even as I thought, but I can't help it. So now I can leave it straight there with that deckled, or I could take my fancy scissors. Let me see if I can find some that would work. Those might. No. Got them all turned where I can't tell what it is. Sorry, guys. I thought I'd just reach right in here and pull it out, but oh no, not gonna happen. So I've got some different ones, and I'm gonna try it on a scrap, but not a really good scrap. Let's try it here. That would be kind of cute. Let's see. Or see how these would look. Kind of like that. Or that looks like a stamp. Stamp scissors. Okay. I think now I've forgotten which ones I liked. Yeah, these. I think I like these ones. See if I can cut it out without ruining it. Just going to go to the very edge. These are not the sharpest scissors I have, but if I take my time, right. There. Cute. I'm going to pause and finish cutting and be right back. Okay, so I sewed sloppy stitch around this, finished cutting all the way around, and got a blob on her cheek. I think that's the gilding paste. So try not to mess up your image. You know, if you're me, you just can't seem to help yourself. So on the back, I want to, you can see where I stitched, but I want to ink a little bit of the stitching, and I had blue thread and it ran out, and I don't have any more blue thread, so I stuck white in there. This is just for the video purposes. And for some reason, my coffee archival ink by Ranger is looking green. It's not green. It's called coffee, but sometimes on some surfaces or with coffee dyed papers, which is kind of odd, it will turn a bit green. But I want to go over the stitching because I don't like it to show through without inking it. So there's the back. Here's the front, another cute little card. So these are inexpensive as digitals. I think depending on how many images, I have them for $4, and you get the $4 ones. I think you get 12 to 13 images. The majority are photos, some are a few backs thrown in so that you can use them for some of them if you wanted one. And then there's some for $3 or $3.50, I can't remember, that have 10 images. So this is another way. It's sturdy, not as thick as the original cabinet card, but doesn't add bulk to your journal to back it with paper and print it on cardstock. So there's two that we have, two different looks. And if you wanted, you can take the gold gilding paste and do around this. I'm not going to do it on camera because I'll make a mess again. But I am going to ink real quick on top of the gilding paste because that will be cool too. You can ink on top of it and tone it down a little and blends maybe a little more. No, just try it and see how I like it. Crafting with me is like watching paint dry, isn't it? It's so exciting. Okay. Well, you can't tell I did a thing, can you? But anyway, got two different looks. Just depends on what you prefer. This is thicker, like I said, could be a little writing board. And this is thinner, a journaling card. And then lastly, I've got several printed out, like I said, but I'm not certainly going to do them all. It's a different one. You could just use this by itself and make it a journaling card and put coffee dyed paper on the back, or leave it this thin if you wanted to. But these I just wanted to show you print out nicely. I showed you these girls already. So that's just a way you can use these cabinet cards that are in my shop, and I'll be adding more as I go. So I hope you liked this process video. Bear with me as I get used to it and try to do more and make them a little maybe more informative. But thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I love you guys. See you in the next video. Bye.